Hello readers and digital people, and welcome back to GP Reads. Today I'm making this video with a really heavy heart. I'm not going to do a bunch of fancy editing or anything like that. I'm just going to go straight forward, speak from the heart, and just let my natural thoughts flow on this particular subject. For those of you who haven't found out yet, you're going to find out pretty soon because it's everywhere, but Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Chrono Trigger, sadly passed away at the age of 68. And what really breaks my heart about that is the studio said that he was so incredibly inspired right now and working on projects he was really passionate about, and now we'll never get to see those finished. He wanted to see those finished. He wanted to finish those things for us. He had new Dragon Ball things coming out, Dragon Ball Daima, more Super, the movies. He was really into the Dragon Ball movies recently. So it sucks to see him get the second wind and really be passionate again about Dragon Ball and the things he creates and just not get to finish it. But, I guess that's life. You go along, you do what you can, and someday it's cut off. Especially if you're a creator and you're always creating, because you don't retire from something like that. That's you. That's a big part of you. And normally I don't really talk about celebrity deaths. I'm not one to worship celebrities at all. I'm very the contrary. But it's just Akira Toriyama, his work meant a lot to me. And I'm not going to get into the controversial stuff. I know that he started out with some very risque anime and manga. And a lot of people say he's a lot like Master Roshi. But hey, he's a man. He's a person. And I think that his good work very, very much outweighs the negative stuff. But Dragon Ball, it was really special to me. It's kind of the first show that my brother and I bonded over growing up. I remember we'd wake up on Saturday and we'd watch Dragon Ball. And that was just something really special that we had. And Dragon Ball did so much for anime. And I don't think people really realize how much it actually did for anime. But without Dragon Ball, we wouldn't have the popularization of sagas. And what I mean by sagas is anime that run past the 12 and 24 typical mark. Animes that continue on these huge adventures. Shows like Naruto and One Piece. Basically, every shonen ever. We wouldn't have shows like that if it wasn't for Dragon Ball starting that saga movement. It wasn't superheroes that inspired me growing up. It wasn't superheroes that made me want to be better and better myself. It was, as stupid and funny as it sounds, it was Goku and Vegeta seeing that they lost and they had this opposition and they just kept growing and training and becoming stronger and overcoming the things that seemed impossible to overcome. There's a lot of history with me specifically and my family specifically and my friends specifically. And I'm sure Dragon Ball will go on. There's other writers, but the heart of it was really Akira Toriyama. I just hate to see him go. I hate to see him go young. That's I don't particularly like it when anyone dies under the age of 80. It just seems like a ripoff. He was like right at retirement age, and then he loses the golden years. I hate that. I hate that for his family. I hate that for his friends. I doubt any of you are watching this, but if you are, I'm really sorry. He really meant a lot to a lot of people, and I'm sure he meant the world to you. But I'm not going to ramble on. I just want to say my piece. Remember Akira Toriyama. Remember what he did for anime, for people who loved his work, and for his family. And this is silly, but I like to imagine he's riding away on Shinron off into the distance.